All right, welcome to the Explainer. The very first reactions to Predator Badlands have just dropped, and let me tell you, they are not what anyone saw coming. We're going to dive right into the early buzz because it looks like we're talking about a massive, game-changing moment for this nearly 40-year-old franchise.
Okay, so here's our game plan. We'll start with the initial verdict, what people are saying right out of the gate. Then we'll get into the film's wild new genre, the director who's getting all the credit, and how this thing just blows the universe wide open. And to wrap it all up, we'll look at the bigger picture, the strategy that's making Predator feel brand new again. First things first, the verdict. So after some early fan screenings, the word is out. And it's not just positive. People are absolutely raving. Let's really dig into what folks are saying.
So you've got takes like this from Adam Warman, who just straight up says it's fucking awesome. But look at what he's praising. Inventive action, a story you actually care about, and organic comedy. Yeah, comedy. That's the part that's really catching my eye, and it seems like that mix is totally landing with people.
And you see these same ideas popping up everywhere. People are calling it all killer, no filler, a badass expansion of the franchise, and of course, super brutal, just like you'd hope. But there's one thing that everyone seems to agree on. Elle Fanning. The consensus is that she absolutely crushes it, with a lot of people saying she just runs away with the whole movie.
Okay, so how did they pull this off? It's becoming really clear that this isn't just another Predator movie. Now, this is a very deliberate, very significant evolution of the whole formula, and it all starts with a huge shift in genre.
I mean, check out this take from Aaron Perico. He says it leans heavily into adventure and fantasy. We're not just in the sci-fi horror box anymore. This movie is proving that the whole Predator concept is way more flexible than any of us gave it credit for.
And this quote right here from Amon Parks Jacobs, this might be the one that says it all. A cosmic buddy road movie. Just let that sink in. I mean, that phrase alone tells you this is a massive departure. It's a really smart, conscious choice to get away from the same old, tense survival horror vibe we've seen before.
So you can really see the massive shift here, right? We're going from this tight, scary survival horror movie to a huge, sprawling sci-fi fantasy adventure. But honestly, the biggest change, the one that changes everything, for the first time ever, the Predator isn't the bad guy hiding in the trees. It's our protagonist. It's the hero of the story.
Okay, I know what some of you are probably thinking. Comedy? In a Predator movie? It sounds like it could be a huge red flag, right? How do you possibly balance jokes with that signature, spine-ripping brutality? Well, before we jump to conclusions, it's worth remembering something about the OG film.
Think about it. The 1987 original is packed with classic, witty, and honestly pretty funny one-liners. "I'm a goddamn sexual tyrannosaurus" is not a line from a super serious movie. When it's done right, that kind of humor has always been in the franchise's DNA. So maybe this isn't some crazy new ingredient, maybe it's just getting back to its roots.
Look, a creative swing this big and this successful, it doesn't just happen by accident. And if you read through the reactions, one name keeps coming up over and over again. There's clearly one person behind the camera who's the mastermind of this whole new era.
And that name is Dan Trachtenberg. The guy is getting so much praise for his vision. People aren't just saying he made a good sequel. They're saying he's totally reinventing the franchise, pushing the boundaries of what this universe can even be. I mean, calling him the pioneer of the Predator franchise, that's a huge statement.
And honestly, his track record backs it up, 100%. First, he gives us Prey in 2022, which everybody loved. Then, he follows it up with that awesome animated movie, Killer of Killers. And now he's completely redefining the live-action game with Badlands. This isn't a fluke. The guy is building a serious pattern of success here.
So, this new direction, it's about way more than just a genre switch. This is about fundamentally changing how we see the Predator itself. It's about flipping our entire perspective on this iconic creature we've known for decades.
And this right here, this is probably the single biggest, most important shift in the entire history of the franchise. By making the Predator the hero, the protagonist, well, the storytelling possibilities just explode. They become practically limitless. I mean, just think about what that unlocks for us as viewers. We can finally explore the Predator homeworld, Yatja Prime. We can see their civilization, their culture, their weird hierarchies. For literally decades, all we've gotten are these tiny little hints and glimpses. Now, the door is kicked wide open to a whole universe of stories that go way beyond just another hunt on Earth.
Okay,
So let's zoom out for a second. This huge win for Predator isn't just some lucky break. It really seems to be part of a much bigger, really well executed, and kind of quiet strategy coming straight from the studio.
And a lot of that credit is being directed at one guy, Steve Asbell, the president of 20th Century Studios. It turns out he's been the one skillfully steering not just Predator, but a whole bunch of other classic franchises back into the spotlight.
And I mean, look at this track record. It's pretty incredible. Under his leadership, we've gotten Prey, a new Hellraiser, Alien Romulus, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, the list goes on. This isn't luck. This is someone who clearly gets how to respect the original material while also doing something new and exciting with it.
So it really boils down to this winning formula, doesn't it? And it's not rocket science, but man, is it effective. Step 1. Hire a director with a real vision, like Trachtenberg. Step 2. Actually let them take creative risks. Step 3. Evolve the idea, don't just copy it. And Step 4. Use that to blow the whole universe open. The success of Badlands really feels like proof that this strategy just plain works. So, can a 40-year-old franchise really be reborn just by switching from horror to adventure? Well, based on every single glowing reaction we're seeing for Badlands, the answer is a huge, resounding yes. It proves it can be done, which leaves us with one last, really interesting thought to chew on. Because by flipping the script this successfully, Badlands might be doing more than just saving the Predator franchise. It could be creating a brand new blueprint for how to reboot other iconic sci-fi and horror series. So my question to you is, if the hunter can become the hero, who's next? What other classic movie monster is just waiting for their story to be told? Thanks for joining this explainer.